All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So today I actually want to talk about a possible trade destination, possible trade. You'll get the idea. You actually probably know the idea already with the title. But before I get into today's video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. They really help me out, really helps the algorithm out. I'm at like 2,127 subs right now, so trying to get to 3K. I don't know when, but I'm just trying to get there. So if you enjoy the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. But I want to talk about Michael Porter Jr. because the Houston Rockets, man, we need a small forward. We've needed a small forward for quite some time now. Going into the season, everybody was pretty much on board with Danuel House. He had a pretty good bubble showcase last season, at the end of last season. And a lot of people were eager for Danuel House because he's pretty cheap, man. He's very cheap. I think it's like $3 million on his contract and per year. Very cheap. He can shoot the ball. Pretty below average defender, which is kind of the issue that I always have had with House. But here's the thing, man. So, like I said, we need a small forward. It's pretty evident. You know, House is, I think he's like 27 or however old he is. It's still not our long-term small forward that we want. We want to get younger. We want to get more athletic. Danuel House fun while it lasted, but long-term, we want a superstar, right? Michael Porter Jr., Denver Nuggets, man, they've got Jokic, they've got Jamal Murray. They were in the Western Conference semifinals last season, and they're pretty much a piece or two away from being like, uh-oh, now it's time to watch out for the Nuggets. So going into the season, the Denver Nuggets wanted Michael Porter Jr. to take that next step. They wanted him to be the third clear option in their offense. Unfortunately, especially as of late, he got off to a decent start, but as of late, like the last couple of weeks, shooting-wise, very inefficient. He has not been himself, and I think that getting closer to the trade deadline, if Michael Porter Jr. continues to kind of be in this slump, I think if you give Victor Oladipo, PJ Tucker, maybe a first-round pick, maybe 2 first-round picks for Michael Porter Jr. and, you know, Bobo or whoever else is included, I think this makes a ton of sense because first off, PJ Tucker and Victor Oladipo are 2 pieces that the Denver Nuggets could really use. I mean, shooting guard, they could really use a shooting guard in Victor Oladipo, and they could really use an all-around type of guy in PJ Tucker. I mean, they lost Plumlee. They have some pieces that they lost last season that were really big for them, especially defensively. So Torrey Craig, Plumlee, those are 2 guys right off the top of my head, but PJ Tucker would be great. He's a veteran. It would be great for him, man. And sprinkle in some picks if they weren't, you know, as eager to do this trade. But this is something that I really could see working. And, I mean, it makes total sense for the Houston Rockets. Like, it really just does. We get a super young, super versatile. I mean, this dude can score so good. He needs to polish off his game. He's obviously got some issues going on right now, shooting the ball wise, but he's extremely young. He didn't play much in college, and he just needs more reps. So that's kind of an issue I have with Malone over in Denver is Michael will have like a good night of 30 minutes one night and then 18 the next night. So over here, consistent minutes for the rest of the season, kind of see what he can do. I would assume he could average easily over 15 points and just kind of a great young piece for what looks like we're about to be rebuilding. And we want to get rid of Oladipo anyways. We want to get rid of PJ Tucker anyways. We got 4 picks from Brooklyn. We got a couple of picks for Covington. We got a pick for Russell Westbrook. So we have all these first-round picks, which is great. But the thing is it's extreme. Considering how late these picks are going to be as well, it's extremely hard to just kind of rebuild solely through the draft. I mean, it's a pretty big risk. I love this, man. Give him 2 first-round picks. Give him PJ Tucker. Give him Victor Oladipo. And give me Michael Porter Jr. and whoever else, man. I don't even care. Give me Bobo. If Bobo was included in that, I would have a field day. It would be so great. And I think this could really turn around the Houston Rockets, and this is actually a trade that I would not be entirely surprised if this is kind of what Stone has going up his sleeve. But the biggest issue isn't the Houston Rockets. It's not like, because we have the assets, we have good value to provide a team like Denver, who's kind of in win now mode. The problem is convincing them. I don't know, especially as of right now, I don't know if they would do this. I need a couple of things to happen. First off, Michael Porter Jr., as low as his value is right now, just because of how he's doing recently, still super high. I don't know what it would take to make them get rid of MPJ. I think since Tucker and Depot are on expiring contracts, that would make me that concerns me that the Denver Nuggets wouldn't want to do this trade, because MPJ is a cornerstone piece that they can really build around and hope that he progresses into a superstar, which he very well could. In fact, if you were to ask me, I think he definitely will be a superstar in this league in years to come, because just scoring the ball, man, it's he's like KD out there sometimes, man. I just think this guy is special. He really is, and this is somebody I would want. And it's so crazy going back and looking at all the potential trades for James Harden, and it was like, it's almost as if what we got, if it wasn't for the flexibility, if Oladipo wasn't on last year of his contract, the trade would have been horrible in comparison to what we could have gotten in theory. Like, there were rumors about Ben Simmons, there were rumors about Tyler Hero, there were rumors about Michael Porter Jr. Like, those are all great options compared to Victor Oladipo right now, but we don't really know what Stone's working on. He could have something in his back pocket. He could just want the insane flexibility that it provides us, because that's incredible as well. And we also have a whole bunch of first-round picks. We'll see, but I'm really curious as to if Houston Rockets fans were on board to get MPJ. I mean, I would assume so, and we definitely have the assets to give them. I don't know if they would pull the trigger. I don't know if they would pull the trigger on any type of MPJ trade this season. But to me, they're in win now mode, and this is a great shot for the Denver Nuggets to win it all. And this is when I would pull the trigger. So let me know what you guys think about the trade. I'll see you guys later.